combined Republican Guard and the city, or the Republican Army and the city guard. You and the initiating thing that connected you to the Institute of Science was that you had met someone named Alvin von Reichsgard, who had been trying to had apparently just moved into that area. He was an ex-soldier. That ex-soldier had a friend who tried to hire him to do a escort some noblemen into the slums. And then Alvin contacted you because he thought it would be a good idea to have a couple more local eyes on the ground, and that is how you got associated with the Academy of Sciences.
Yeah. That's right. So we went and escorted these guys into the slum, looking for clues in order to find someone that they were looking for.
Another member of the
Academy. So then we went, followed this lead to a tavern where we very calmly and discreetly carried out a plan that was in no way violent. In doing so, we killed at least 4 people, probably more. And I think Herbie tried to set the bar on fire, or was that Braegar? Anyway, we killed a captain of one of the gangs, but we did find out where the nobleman was last seen, in a hotel. So we hot-footed it to this hotel and found his body. Someone had tried to make it look like he was hanged. On the body we found like an amulet and a card for something called Danse de la Mort, and we took this information back to the Science Academy. They hired us to do more work. They asked Braegar to teach them a little bit about magic, and anyway, from that point they needed to find out what was going on in the city, what had caused this disappearance as well, and also look into some pamphleteering which was against the government, basically. So we went back into the slums, tracked down this pamphleteer geezer who was doing the pamphlets, or printing the pamphlets, who was part of the People's Liberation Front or something like that. And then we got attacked by the people who we killed earlier, or at least their associates, ran away, hid in a house for a bit, got chased by the police onto the rooftops. Having done so, we got information that there was a pub where the People's Liberation Front, or whatever it is, met, and also got told about this guy who was, in Kai's words, crippled, and we now need to find him because he has information on the Lost King, which is what the People's Liberation Front are trying to restore, i.e. this guy is like a descendant of the king, which they would like to restore in favour instead of the current government. We then, from there, went back to the academy and told them selectively what we'd found out, and they asked us to keep going. Then we followed up the lead for the Danse de la Mort, because we found out it was in the entertainment quarter, and it was run by this gang who wore red and black, which coincidentally was the same uniform worn by 2 people who had been posing as clerics, talking to the man who had been found hanged, but obviously murdered. Eve went in and very sober. Oh no, I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, point is, at the moment, we are still trying to track down what's going on with the pieces of paper, with the pamphlets, who the black and red gang is, and what the Lost King means or could mean for the future of the city if it were to be re-established. The end. Anthony, you've got to do the recap now from last week.
Beautiful. You forgot to tell the part where Herbie got drunk with that guy and didn't get any of the information that he should have gotten.
Just to let Kiwi know the general circumstances that led to all this. There was this is a well, the city and this government of this country is pretty much run by the aristocrats. And the majority of people live in a very basically extremely huge swath of poor area and slums. And the initiating thing that created everything was that there was a politician, a man of the people who was becoming quite popular. And during this point in time, there'd been a lot of political insurrection and a lot of political foment going on in the city, asking for more from the government services, and this politician was assassinated. And the following week, they held a massive funeral for him. This funeral procession that was just going through the city, or that section of the city they call Cokeleaf, which is this massive sort of poor slum area. At that point, it seemed that the national, that's the Republican Guard, the Republican the Republic's military and the city guard had stationed themselves sort of like cordoning off this whole area. And during the procession, suddenly somehow bombs started going off everywhere, and everything just went haywire. Everything just started getting into a massive riot, so to speak. Lots of gunfire and violence, and everything just turned into absolute chaos. And from the experience of these players, and perhaps other people, a strange, dense mist engulfed everything. Everyone assumed it was the sea mists, because the sea mists come and in all the time, and of course blanket the city in this completely obscuring pea soup fog. But that is when everyone else had this sort of very supernatural experience, at least the players. It's different from what other people experienced necessarily. Not everyone had the same experience, but they had a particular experience. But that's the initiating sort of cultural event that started the whole campaign. So, okay. Just wanted to explain that data disappeared a little bit. And what happened is a huge majority of the Cokeleaf was burnt down. There were fires everywhere. It looks like hundreds, maybe thousands of people disappeared, like just gone. No one knows what happened to them. There's some other aspects. Depending on your experience, you may or might not notice that certain things have changed. Something is wrong now after the data disappeared. But that whether your character experienced that or not is yet to be discussed. But everybody knows.
All very clear.
Yeah. Okay. Is that
die.
So I hope you didn't mind the long explanation. And then Braegar, would you like to actually tell us what happened last session?
So we had another situation where the mist had come again and started fucking with the environment, and then during that time it had shifted 3 or 4 people, just regular citizens, into these ravenous monster creatures. And,
well, they were a bit different this time. They were just mad, not like... They weren't the same ones. You just murdered them in cold blood, basically. That's all I'm saying.
Well, they did run at us and make that weird squeal, like that
Just,
Donald Sutherland.
That will stand up in court, mate, yeah.
Yeah. He screamed at me, so I had to kill him. So, then we went into the underground because that seemed to be a safe place, just like it was last time. And we went in the underground. I had my owl do a sweep of the sewers. Nothing. My owl didn't see anything but structures. There was a crypt. And then from there, we were ambushed by these insect creatures. They tried to run away with Eve, but we fought them off. They were trying to grab anybody they could. So they were trying to grab Herbie, they were trying to grab Eve. I think they might have tried to grab Elvis, I don't remember. But
no, I don't think so. I just couldn't hit a bundle with a banjo, so I don't think I hit any of them.
So then we fought them, we defeated them, and then the mists receded. And then people were yelling for us, like, hey, is anybody down there? And we didn't answer, and we're probably going to try to find a different way out.
Yeah, because we think they're the Watch as well, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, you did hear them calling the City Watch.
And I don't remember, did we see any of, like, the corpses that we made from the last time that disappeared, Kai? Like, do we know if what we killed made a transition back to, like, looking like a human?
Oh, you don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
That would be a pop.
Yeah.
You're down in the sewer section, so
we don't know if the people that we killed who were transformed actually look just like people now, or if they still look like monsters or whatever, because we killed them, so...
They may well look like dead people or dead.
It was kill or be killed, though, to be fair.
And after
because you couldn't say non-lethal damage.
I'm sure that's what the courts will think.
When we killed the bug creatures, once the mist receded, it seemed like the mist took those bug creatures with them.
Yeah.
So I don't know if maybe that happened with the humans, but we'll find out soon enough. And
no, it's Kai. He's going to have us arrested and murdered. And then we're going to have to roll new characters. It's going to be a whole thing.
We're going to watch our characters get hung in the town square.
Oh
yeah.
Yeah. Oh no. They'll put you on the rack or the wheel. They won't. Hanging's too.
Oh no! Come on, that.
I'm just saying what would happen.
Vampire guy's got to save me, right? Because I'm still stringing him along. He's still hoping he gets.
It is. I mean, you still, you still have that contact. It's not fully explored yet. But
the one that tried to drug Eve.
No. You remember?
I took it myself.
You remember ages ago we stayed in that inn by the docks.
Oh yeah.
Braegar.
Yeah, where Braegar and me had that fun little
yeah. Okay. Yeah. So that happened, but downstairs Evangeline met some people who she believed as vampires and immediately wanted to kill them. And then Elvis reminded her that he had 1 hit point and he wanted to go to bed.
Info dump. Does that kind of set the scene and give it enough background, kind of know what's going on there? Kiwi?
That's interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Is that your preferred nickname, Kiwi? I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
What would you? Yeah. Okay.
Kiwi's good.
All right. Rock and roll. Yeah. All right. So that's where they are. So they just are currently post this sort of frightening, defensive combat in a sewer. Anthony, I'm going to ask you something. Like, did you send your owl out again after the mist cleared, or
yeah, why not?
Oh, okay. Because then I'm gonna do a slight, tiny little retcon. Very slight. There's 2 things. Elvis, when you were able to get through as you were trying to escape, I'm gonna say that you actually didn't tear down necessarily the sewer grating, but you did smash. Were able to break through a rusty lock on a metal gate.
Okay.
that was next to the sewer grating. Okay.
Well,
That
as
was
long as
there.
it doesn't chip my maul again, I'm fine.
No. So you still have the same access to the area that you did before, but instead of that, it was a grating. It was a door, like a steel barred door with a kind of inexpensive lock, you might say. But it was,
Yeah. Probably just headbutted it off.
Yeah, it was easy. That one was easy to break. Again, the masonry was crumbling and old from the wet, so it wasn't too tough to do that. Okay. Oh, also, just remember, you guys are actually like in the sewers, and what you were sludging through is, you know, 3 feet of thick, viscous, sewage. So this is not like a simple little storm sewer. This is relatively disgusting. So even though the combat was quick, eventually you may have to see if you can
Find someone
control
who knows
control yourselves from the stench that is down here, which you've now breathed deeply in.
Did you say it's 3 feet deep?
Yeah, it's like this 3 feet sludgy deep.
Herbie.
It hasn't rained lately. I said it was like 2.5, 3 feet. Yeah, that's why it was difficult to rain. As I mentioned, like splashing in the actual sewage channel was a difficult terrain because
when you're in a pool.
Yeah.
And you dunk someone.
Yeah.
That's what I'd
Herbie.
like to do to Herbie.
I mean,
Wait,
you could.
what? Huh?
I don't
Alright,
think.
fine. I won't do it.
I don't think Herbie will like it.
I was about to say I'm gonna acrobatics my way out of that shit. Try me, bitch.
Nah,
Of course, since you've all been injured, you may eventually have to roll Constitution saves to determine whether you get any diseases. This is kind of gross in here, but that's for later.
Please don't dunk me, Elvis.
Hang on a minute. If we have to do that here, how come Braegar and Herbie didn't have to do that after their time in the inn?
I think we did.
Actually, there were.
Did you not remember how my crotch is still very itchy, Charles?
I thought you were just being disgusting, but that
those are actual mechanical consequences.
Yeah.
That's absolutely brilliant. I didn't know that had happened.
Particular activities. No. I'm trying to.
Braegar forced me into this.
So anyway,
he didn't tell me to wear that.
Okay, right. Let's move on swiftly.
Okay.
Sorry.
So these things happen. That's okay. All right. So I just want to kind of double check, make sure that's where we were. So I changed also, I hope you noticed my note. I slightly changed the vision on your tokens.
Yeah.
Again, like I said. So let's see how that works out. It's like it's a little bit of this versus a bit of that. Which one's better? I don't know, but I want to experiment. So I'm going to bring everyone over to the map that we're on. Just give me a second. Oh no, it's sometimes hard to change the players in here. Come on, get too many maps. Too many maps. Hard to get to what you want.
Alright. Are you scatting?
There we go. All right.
Oh,
Okay, so that's where you guys are. And at the moment, right? Again, this is really only a couple minutes. Like just a few, like not even a minute after you have engaged with these alien insect things. We're trying to pull you out into the darkness, and the mists have generally, receded actually from where you were. Herbie, you probably shouldn't be. I don't care where you're standing, but Herbie probably shouldn't be there because he's going to be drowning in
I was about to say, I was not there. If I was anywhere, I was on Braegar's shoulders.
So, yeah, sure. No one wants to be drowning in sewage, right?
Yeah.
So
fashion you a snorkel.
It's not nice. And so so it was all really quick as you broke apart, and I would say you broke apart this gate here, right? So I'm sorry about that. It's just like I realized there was a detail on the map that I hadn't noticed properly. I think that makes more sense. So sorry for the slight retcon. And so you're just immediately past that location, right? You're kind of able to sort of close it behind you as you're momentarily catching your breath, which of course is filled with this horrendous stench. As you hear, still echoing from somewhere down south, rather where you had come from, the noises of perhaps rubble falling and the voices I mean, it's a bit muffled because it's around the corner, but you can definitely hear some people talking. And again, you did hear the words guard and murder, and amongst the various conversations that were happening.
We need to get out of here quickly. We got
Just
stairs there, another passage there, and
There's, I believe there's a ladder somewhere north.
Yes.
Yeah, weren't there like portcullis or something like that we were trying to open?
Oh no, that's the one I just said that that
Oh.
Elvis was successful in noticing.
Right, Elvis,
Herbie.
come back! I can't see! I can't see!
And Elvis was able to bust. Oh,
there is a ladder. Yeah.
wait! Did you guys go up there?
Yeah.
Yes. So
Up the ladder.
you,
Yeah, I went up there. But
Alright,
then
I'm
they
gonna.
got
okay, that's fine. So there's a couple of things. So if you guys are moving, you've moved up, right? A couple of things. You notice that there is the stage here is worse. As a matter of fact, what you notice is that there is a barrel. Oh yeah, okay, there you go. Light, yeah. There's a barrel full of
Money.
dead. It looks like just rotting carcasses, and you hear a bunch of strange chirping and sounds, and the water is frothing, and you notice that there is. You can see some a large rat, burst through this sort of half-submerged carcass that's partially in the water. Seems to have been spilled from this barrel here, and the water is churning.
maybe we should try the stairs to the south.
Okay.
All we gotta do is get to this ladder.
Eve first. Where's Eve?
So, Evangeline, you're over here. Nikholai is going to be with us. Evangeline, you're here. Where are you, Eve? Okay, Evangeline. Yeah, you're going to have to. If you're there, you can maybe tread through some. One thing, Herbie, as you're walking around, you're obviously you're covered in some disgusting mud, so forth and so on. Yeah. So okay. Oh, there's no music. Herbie, I'm gonna say that before you walked over there with the torch.
Oh, Kiwi, that's probably because dynamic lighting is on, so you don't see anything unless your token is actually in the scene.
Yes, I'm
Token
sorry.
on.
Yeah, Kiwi, I don't think I have a token for you. Oh my gosh, you're right. This must look like really boring for you. Give me a moment. But I want you to realize something. Tom, Herbie, you've been running around a lot, and just one of the things that you noticed was that as you were leaving this area back there, as you were following Braegar and Elvis, it was a kind of a dried, stickier mud that seemed to be on the walkway of this sewer area. There wasn't, the sewer walkways are actually generally clean, but there was something that was sticky, and it's still making your feet sticky, to be honest with you. So,
Can I inspect it?
You can.
I don't want to touch it, but I just want to have like a really good look at it, maybe sniff it a little bit.
Well, I mean, it's hard to sniff anything because everything stinks.
Oh,
here
yeah, that's fair.
So much. Yeah.
Do you want me to roll anything for it?
Well, you've got a passive perception. Your passive perception is pretty high.
I don't actually know where it says passive perception here.
Yeah, no.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. Yeah, I can see it.
So I'm gonna say it actually smells like dried blood. Okay.
Dried blood.
Let me do something here real quick for Kiwi, so she can have an ability to just see stuff. I mean, didn't think about it as an issue.
Does she have a token?
Yeah, I mean, she doesn't. I don't think she sent me her character info, but can I just put her like? Can I just pull her? Like the blocky token and just give her vision.
Give her access to one
you
of our
can do that.
tokens.
Yeah, I just give her the blocky vision and give her vision. So has sight. I'm Half-Vistani. I don't think she's got. Your character doesn't have any kind of dark vision, right? I don't believe so.
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think the Vistani have any kind of dark vision.
Vistani are generally human, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah, they don't have dark vision.
Sorta ish. So let's double check here. So I'm going to give you has sight. Okay. I mean, I'm curious. I pulled it out there. Control L, but that's still really dark for her because the torch is gone. Let's see if I bring her back where the torch is.
Torch is here. It's on my buddy, I think. Moved over here. Squeeze past Elvis. Trying to push him. I mean, not push him into the water.
Yes, right. So, but this is she seeing?
Press Ctrl L on the token.
Yeah, she's still not. She can't see anything, Anthony. Even though I just changed.
You gave her sight.
Wait a minute. I know what it is. I know what it is. I realize what it is. It's one of those layer things again.
Were you putting a token on the wrong layer? Oh, yeah, now I see.
Yeah. That's my bad. She should be able to.
Guys, I might be going crazy, but I see a woman right there in the wall.
Yeah, let me bring her out. That's the wall. How about now? Yes.
Okay,
all
I
right.
see things now.
She's not actually there, right?
Yeah, she's not. Yeah, she's observing. She's a ghostly observer. So I'll say that. I'll say Evangeline, you would have smelt some. Actually, Evangeline, while you were back there, you also would have gotten a whiff of blood. Thank you. I will. We'll eventually make a token there for you.
I've got a copy.
Points.
There's her token.
Oh wait, you said it's old dried blood?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it looks like it's dryish.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mean like, yeah. There's a bit of it over here. You kind of got the smell over there, so just okay. Okay, so as you guys, so just so you know that's that. Like Herbie, you realize the sticky stuff on your foot. That feels like blood. And you guys know that there's a dead, there's his corpses over here. Again, it's like, wait a minute, Braegar, you sort of remember. You don't remember seeing this necessarily during when the mists were here. So
Can I look up? Does the ceiling look like? Well, what does the structure look like? Is there a hole in the roof?
And over here, it looks like this could lead to some kind
like over
of,
here. Like, how did this get here?
Oh,
Did it fall from straight above? Is there a hole like right above it?
There's no hole there. No, not at all. There is not.
Does it look like it impacted on the floor? Like, does it look broken like it does here?
No, it doesn't quite. These look like loose boards. No, it doesn't look broken like it is there. It does not.
But it looks like a turned over barrel.
Like a turned over barrel, yeah.
Okay.
And it's spilling some sort of partially rotting corpses.
Nice.
Okay.
What are you saying nice? What's wrong with you?
The token.
Oh.
Can you make? Is it possible to make Tom an albino owl? Elvis.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
Oh, good. Yeah, I can make him my banner. So, what are we doing? Are we hopefully avoiding that fucking corpse?
I don't know. It doesn't look right. I want to investigate it more. So I'm gonna wade in the shade.
Allow you to do that whilst I move back significantly.
I'm gonna wade.
I am
through the
gonna.
shit.
Oh, I was gonna hop up on your shoulders.
Okay.
You're
All right.
Oh, whose shoulders?
On Braegar's shoulders. Can I hop up on your shoulders, Braegar?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Do I need to make a check to jump on him, or?
No, you don't have to make a check. You can have to jump on that. No, that's not a problem. So as you start going over to Let's put this up here. The waters, of course, sort of. There's a lot of splashing going on, and you can see, this thing is being sort of attacked. It's full of rats, and then okay.
Oh shit.
You see one of them, and it kind of comes out, and there's something wrong with its eyes, Braegar. They're they're sort of white, but dead white.
I
Please,
cast friends
ro-
on it.
oh, okay. Roll initiative.
Yeah. Fucking
Yeah.
Ow.
motherfucker.
Everyone over
Goddamn
there.
rats, huh?
Uh,
Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm bleeding.
Oh, what?
that is it.
That's a that's a weird
Oh
thing.
man, I got so many terrible jokes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go there
yeah.
personally, but you do you.
No.
Okay. Yeah. As soon as you go here, as soon as you start wading through this filth, right? These rats. As you start like messing and perhaps just poking as you're walking towards it, and whatever you do to start looking at it, the
Alright, I'm
rats
back.
are, just furiously. You see them coming in and out of these corpses, and what you see immediately is like, it's dogs. It looks like these are like some kind of like skinned dog bodies. Right, the stench is terrible here, right? Because it smells like they're mixed with sewage and they're rotting, and now these rats are here, and it all explodes into your face as the rats sort of like just explode out of the carcasses, and they jump hissing on the barrow, and they just start swimming and jumping towards you. All right, let's make sure that is okay. Let me make sure that I fix this. It's descending. Okay, great. So that means Herbie, you are at the top of the initiative order.
Yeah, I'm gonna hop
Again,
the fuck off.
okay.
I'm gonna push myself back and try and land over here. And then
Okay.
um,
Let me get the combat going.
I guess what did we decide? I have a hand crossbow, right? Yeah, that's what we decided on. That was way easier to hide. Alright, I'm gonna shoot my hand crossbow at the swarm of rats. Just like trying to get some of them, I guess.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, this swarm of rats is not super tough. So you're not going to get your sneak attack bonus. Actually, you will because Braegar's there.
Well,
I'm sorry,
Braegar's
of
right
course.
next to it, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. And then I'm just going to look this up. So I believe that should hit the rats. And then that's going to be 10 points of damage to the rats. So how are you going to do 10 points of damage to a pack of rats?
So like the crossbow, I'm shooting at the rats. And while I'm shooting, I'm just trying to see or before I shoot, I try and get like a possible angle where it will like split through them, I guess. So
Okay.
like kind of laying on my belly on the sidewalk and just like shooting, trying to line them up to hit as many as possible.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna get up again.
All right. So toof 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 toof. All right. You shoot them, and so you're able to get several of them. All right. Fine. They're going to take I believe. I guess they'll take a. They have damage resistance, of course. So you try and hit them with your bolt. You sort of you shoot through them, but they're only going to take 5 points of that.
All right. So only some of them die.
Yeah. Only some of. Okay. Well, you got some of them. Oh. All right, Elvis. You hear you hear Herbie squeal and hear some splashing and some very annoying little sounds and you see Braegar react. in a
He's just
scared
used
manner.
to hearing annoying little sounds because he knows Herbie. So
Yeah.
he's not too worried, but then he runs up past Herbie and sees Braegar in trouble and goes, oh, fucking hell.
Yeah.
So he jumps into the water next to these rats and just starts smacking away with his maul, which
All
is
right.
pretty much all he can do because barbarians.
Didn't you get a chip in your maul before, Charles?
Yes, I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Out of here. All
Bludgeoning
right.
damage. Holy fuck. Oh, discount the rage damage because I'm not raging anymore.
Yeah, you're
Just
right.
14.
Yeah. 14. Yeah, all right. Well, Elvis, you just start smashing down with your with your maul, and you hear the little rat bodies crunching. These are big rats, by the way. These are, I mean, they're not giant rats, but they're big rats, nasty, and you notice that their eyes are white. Right, there's something wrong with them. They don't look normal. And so that will be 14 points of bludgeoning to these rats. But
Oh,
it
do we
will
need to roll our
but
attacks at
it'll
GM2?
only be half because it is 7. So
Bludgeoning damage. They should be splatted. Let them be splatted.
I could try and splat them, but it does say that they can only that they have resistance to these types of things. Oh,
Yeah, that's right. I'm only playing. That's right.
the rat is done. All right, so Elvis, your turn is done. Let's see. All right, unless you're going to do anything else. Anything else you're going to do? All right, let's get that. Let's see if that will. Okay, good. Braegar. My gosh, what are you going to do?
Alright, I'm going to... I'm gonna cast... Toll the Dead.
Okay. All right, so they have to do a DC 13 Wisdom save. I have a feeling that they're not very wise, these little things. Oh, and they fail. 7 points of necrotic damage. And you definitely see that these little rats are just rotting away from the drums of the dead. By the way, what's the drums of the dead look like? It's just right. Because you changed it. It's not 10.
I start chanting like an American Indian.
Hmm.
And then...
Oh, wow, 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 oh, wow, 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 oh, wow, 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 oh, wow, wow, wow.
Now that is proof that your Ritalin is making you racist.
So, yeah, and then little ethereal drums appear over the heads of the rats and start pounding.
All right, yeah, and they start necrotizing as this happens.
Yeah, and I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
That's my man.
So, I'm just gonna reach out like I'm grabbing them with my mind, and I'm gonna raise my hand up from the bottom of the rats to the top of the rats, and I'm just gonna engulf them in flame
Sacred flame
for 4 damage,
for a dexterity save. So let's see.
which they'll probably be because it's pretty shitty.
They just scatter, just in time, just in time. All right. So your turn. Anything else you're going to do, Evangeline?
No, that's it.
Okay. And then we're going to go to the. What happened there? What, the swarm? The swarm's not done.
Oh, I hit done. Sorry.
Ah, my bad. Okay, so the swarm. Hold up. I'm gonna. Well, it doesn't matter because we don't have the combat track on anyway. So the swarm is pretty much dying. There's only pretty much like one rat that's really around. It's going to try and bite.
Hey, he's the one that disturbed you. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, I think he's going to try and bite the Braegar, I suppose.
Don't do it, you little fuckers. Miss.
Oh, 14. Is that a successful bite?
Nope.
All right. Nope. All right, Braegar is able to. Yeah, Braegar is able to deftly evade the one or two little, rats that are coming at him. And so it is Herbie's turn.
So as the little rats are swimming towards me, I just swish the water in front of them to throw
Yeah,
them
well, it's not
off.
really water. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
fecal
The
sludge.
the the fluid.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take. There was like only like one or two rats, right?
Yeah. You've
So as
decimated
they're
this rat
moving
pack.
around, I'm gonna try and time this perfectly, and I'm gonna try and get them both with my dagger. Like just throw my dagger at them, like trying to pin them to the floor.
Okay. Or the water. All right. Yeah, a 20. That's excellent. And so you still get your sneak attack and your piercing. The 20, it's a dagger's piercing. It takes half damage, but you really have to only get one or two. So that'll be 10 points, 5 points of damage, and I believe that that was a very quick, but
I'm wondering this. Does when somebody has resistance to piercing damage, does my sneak damage also get halved, or is it just my piercing
oh,
damage?
It
that
does,
was I
because
was half.
it's a
Yeah,
type. It's the type.
Okay, good.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, right. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was doing. Yeah, so
yeah,
that
no,
makes
that's
sense
fine.
now.
I was just wondering.
Yeah.
It's the
I,
same as
I,
like Hunter's Mark, for example.
yeah. Give me
Yeah.
1 second. Let me just close the door to my den. My man.
Be back in a second.
Okay, and we are back. All right. So these. All right. So yeah, you have again. That was just a little quick one, but these rats were definitely swarming and feeding on these carcasses. And this was very fast. Of course, this was just another 6 seconds as you're walking around. You still hear some muffled voices out, somewhere behind you.
We gotta get up this ladder. Is there a manhole at the top of this ladder, Kai?
Yeah, I'd say yeah. There's some kind of manhole that gets you out.
Okay, I'm gonna
God, there's
have
mist coming from this direction.
Elvis go up. Yeah, Kai, do you realize that there's mist there?
Oh,
Or
oh, oh! I know.
so it's
Yes,
actually
Herbie
there?
sees it.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's go up, 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 up.
Herbie sees that there is still at the end of this pathway in the sewer. There is uh, there's a mist that's sort of just it's like forming a white wall. Herbie, you almost yeah. So
Fucking
the mist has
solid. Why?
completely receded. As a matter of fact, you would almost notice like that there's still a little bit of mist coming almost off the top of this sewage. Little wisps of white left, now that you're there. By the way, could everyone please roll me a Constitution save, because otherwise you're going to get the poison condition from the toxic vapors in this sewer. I'm going to make that a DC 12. Okay, Eve can handle her Herbie. Herbie, after all that action, you just start vomiting. The stench here is overwhelming. The miasma of rot and disgustingness is too much.
You just see Elvis go with his hand over his mouth.
Elvis, come here with your feet.
All right, so
He
just my
splashes
man,
away.
just my man Herbie gets the poison condition.
Elvis, will you come up this ladder and remove that manhole?
Maybe we should go. Okay, fine. I go up the ladder and try and remove the manhole cover.
If you could, like, peep before.
Yeah. I don't know what. Is Kai there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm listening to
Oh,
you.
sorry. Up the ladder, and then I'll just try and lift it, sort of, I don't know,
Yeah.
2 inches, and have a peek around, see what I sees.
Okay, let's try to find where the goddamn poisoned is in skull and crossbones. I still haven't fixed the damn conditions thingy. All right. Well, you are not overly far from where you started. Get the coast. Okay, that's it. Skull and crossbones for
What is there?
good old. Yeah, they're currently a poisoned edition. All right, so you are sure that was about 70 feet. A couple houses. Back here. So, you look up and you seem to be, this is a busy, um, busy street, a busy, uh, Koche Marchand road. And as you can, well, there's a cart with horses that comes at you. Ooh, goes, just rolls right over you as you're sort of peeking through.
Push up really hard on the manhole cover in an attempt to flip the horse 15 feet in the air. And if I can't do that, I'll just go down and say, it looks like nothing's happened. Just people going about their business. We're not too far from where we started.
Would we be able
Quite
to
crowded,
exit?
though.
Yeah, I don't. We wouldn't be able to exit the sewer without being seen, right?
Oops, sorry.
Not
It
without
would.
being seen or smelled, no.
Yes, it would be very. Oh, God, that's it. Why is that swarm of rats stuck? Sorry. Yeah, it would be very difficult for that to happen. I mean, well, you think Elvis, it would be difficult because there's the crowd here, but you can do what you want, of course.
Well, can you send your owl
And
up another passageway?
yeah, and again, you hear in the background. There's now that with there's more noises here. You're hearing more kind of noises when it partially open. Or did you leave it open? You just close it, right? So maybe you hear, maybe a carriage riding over that sewer manhole, so to speak, and you can, that's kind of causing an echoing sound. But still, somewhere behind you, you kind of hear almost like people are. It sounds like they're almost like someone's trying to break rocks now, or you can hear the tumbling of debris kind of falling, echoing in the sewers from the direction in
Okay.
which you came.
That's it. Right, we either pop out in the middle of the street, we turn left, or go up to the north east.
I
Why
have
don't
an
we start
idea.
heading northeast? Oh,
I have an idea for a diversion.
what are you thinking?
So, I have several devices on me. I'm gonna go back to where we entered the sewer, plant a device, blow it up. When the explosion happens, everybody exits the sewers through the manhole, and then I'll be last.
I don't think that's going to clear the street up here. People, if anything, will come running in that direction to get away from the blast, surely.
But then they'll go to
Chaos, that's the
investigate.
point.
Yeah.
The guards, but these aren't just guards. They're, people in carriages, merchants towing their goods. They're going to be running away.
Either way, it'll cause chaos, and that'll be our time to enter.
All right, let's give it a try.
Okay. All right. So, everyone going to stay where they are here?
Well, I'm going to move here and say, under my breath, to Eve, Eve, I don't like this. I don't think it's going to work. Let everyone else go up first.
Herbie's still just.
Ripping and shit.
Oh.
Well, we can always seek to see if it works before we exit. We don't have to, rush about it.
There's
Like,
people
let them
running.
react to the explosion and run that way to see what's going on, and then maybe the coast will be clear. If it's not, we don't have to go.
Okay.
saying we don't go. I'm just saying
So-
get lost.
Nikholai, you have to leave the area. Things are
Tell
about to
Nikholai
get
to-
crazy.
Yes, yes. All right, I'm gonna get Nikholai, and we'll move him out over here. No
This is
problem.
where we came in, right? Is this the...
No,
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 okay.
no. Actually, you came south. Remember, there's
Yeah.
a grating. There's kind of a sewer gate here, and then there's a grating, like a door actually. It was locked. Is what I'm gonna say, which is how, um, what do you call it? Charles was able to break stuff. So you have to go through here, technically.
Okay.
But by the way, Braegar, as you do that, you were kind of you realize that your feet there are quite sticky.
My feet?
Yeah.
Like I got shit on them?
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. You're clearly everything here is kind of gross, but let's say something. Uh, it was like that little section was a little bit stickier than the rest.
This section here?
That section there, yeah.
Is that fresh blood?
Well, you start looking, and you notice that there seems to be, yeah, there's not just sewage. There seems to be a swirl of something that's not sewage there.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Guy, can I open this door?
Yeah. Yes, there's a door there. It's actually partially open, but it's kind of in the dark
Could
a
I
bit.
sleight of hand it
so-
just to like push it a little
Sure.
more open to get a better view?
Sure. And I'm not sure if this was an area that your owl looked at the
I did.
beginning when
It
there
was.
no-
Remember, I said that there was a room that looked
Yeah.
like a crypt.
Yes, exactly. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna try to sleight of hand that door open.
No problem. I think that's successful. It's but it stops, right? It's like it like you open it and then it hits something,
Ah.
something.
All right. You know what? I'm just gonna continue doing what I was doing.
Okay.
I'm gonna attach the thing to Tom. I'm gonna have Tom fly it over.
Fly that something that heavy?
It's like, I don't know, 2 pounds, 5 pounds. It's up to you.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Considered how much an owl can carry.
They're quite large prey, if that helps.
Let's see. I'm gonna look at his strength number. Let's see.
Yeah, look. Let's say, yeah. I mean, I'm not necessarily against it. I'm just,
Yeah.
I just now.
Yeah,
I never thought about it.
Yeah, you're right. Let me see. So an owl is a tiny beast. It has a strength of 3.
Yeah, I don't. Right? That doesn't sound like it would be able to.
So
Easily
if
do
we
that, right?
went regular rules, are we using variant encumbrance, guy?
A variant income. Yeah, the variant
Okay,
income.
so it is 5 times his number. So he can carry 15 pounds, probably 7
Yeah.
pounds without being encumbered.
Okay. All right. Let's say you can do it. Yeah, you're right. Okay, we'll use the same for the animals. Yeah. Let's just do that.
Okay.
He kind of and he grabs it. He's intelligent enough to do it, and
Grabs
Sure.
it, places it over here. And then I'm going to give the torch
over. Like, but you're gonna put it over here, right? Okay.
Yeah, where
Remember, you guys came through here, but that's okay because there's people over. You could hear the voices now, and it sounds like, it sounds like they're literally like someone's like breaking
ground.
ground. Yeah, it's a bit strange. Like there's already a hole there, isn't there? But whatever.
It's like they
and
don't.
you can
Is
hear
it
like
like they
someone's
don't
like,
see the hole? Is this some like
I don't know.
it shit?
I don't know. I don't know. You know it's coming from there. You've placed the bomb there, and you can sort of hear them like, "Oh, wait, let me get through the carriage. Wait." And you hear like they're kind of like smashing wood.
I'm gonna give
So,
Tom the torch.
Hold on, I actually need token. Fuck, where should I be? Can't see.
yeah, no, none of you can see. As a matter, the torch is gone, so I think all of
Yeah.
you are blind, aren't
Oh.
you?
I
You're
lit
actually.
my own torch.
Oh, you lit your own torch.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right. So you guys are all right. There's a torch over there. Fine. Just double checking. Just wanted to make sure what's going on. So Braegar's gone for a couple of seconds, folks. Right? Is anyone doing anything while Braegar is planting his device?
Waiting to go.
No, I'm keeping watch, and I guess like feeling kind of sick.
Herbie, you see something swirling in the mists.
In the
You see
mists.
some movement.
Can I make a check to see what it is?
I mean, this is like a heavily obscured area.
Oh.
So it's you just kind of you see like a you know um, just it seems like there's a movement, like a shadow, like a darkness in the mists that just moves. Just telling you.
Elvis. Have a look over here. I don't know what. Something is in the mist.
Oh, wait a minute. I want to make sure. Are you yelling down the hallway of these sewer tunnels to
I don't really want to
Oh,
yell.
no, Elvis.
Actually.
Elvis is right here. Elvis is right here.
There,
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah. For a second, I thought you said Braegar.
No,
okay.
no, Elvis. Yeah.
Which
Elvis,
direction?
there's something in the mist.
What mist? Which direction?
Over here. There's mists over here.
Down that tunnel to the west.
Left. Yeah. To north, east, side. Yeah,
Well,
to my west.
Jump the fuck over here and try and ignore it.
Right, if that's your choice, I am gonna
Well, it's your
jump
choice.
over
That's
here.
my recommendation.
Gonna jump over here. I'm gonna hide behind Elvis. Or go over here.
Is the music playing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's very creepy.
Okay, I guess I can't hear it. Okay, weird. All right, so I'm having that issue again. Okay.
And I'm just sticking close to Elvis too.
All right, you guys are all right. All right, so everyone's kind of huddling around Elvis. Elvis has his maul in hand. Herbie, you're still feeling like you're retching. Okay. And Evangeline, you just that whiff somehow, even above all this disgusting stench, there is just that tingle of blood somewhere in the air.
Okay.
All right, Braegar, what are you doing?
I'm gonna come up the hallway.
Mm-hmm.
Say, are we all ready to go?
Yep.
Go as quick as you can.
Just to let everyone know, before I had told everyone about a crypt that Tom had located, correct?
Okay.
There is a little, actually not little, there is a lot of blood in the crypt and exiting the crypt that I don't remember seeing the last time. Just several moments ago, I don't remember seeing the blood when we came to this part of the sewer.
Check it out. I mean, Herbie's taken quite a beating.
Yeah, I don't think we need to investigate. I'm just informing you of the information that I have.
I want to check it out, but I don't think we can risk Herbie.
So, once everybody's ready to go, I can blow up my device.
Okay.
Just say, Herbie.
Wait, hold on.
Go
I'll
up,
be
make sure
I'll be
you're
ready. I'll be ready in a
Just say,
sec.
as
And
you're
I'm gonna
talking,
vomit over Elvis's shoes.
you hear you hear a crashing sound, right? Like echoing through the sewer. It sounds like a lot of crunching, like wood, right, and stone and rubble falling. Oh! You hear someone's like screaming, some 2 or 3 people screaming in pain. We've broken through. Oh, hello! Come on, get the rope down. Let's get down in there.
All right, I have Tom fly, holding the torch.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's not it. That's not the room.
It's over here.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's like a
That's
water
where the
pool
whole.
there.
That's where the debris is.
No, it is
No,
not.
no.
The debris would have been a little further south on the other
Yeah.
side.
All right, so I'm gonna have Tom fly with the torch, and then just kamikaze
Okay.
into the device.
All right. Okay. Um, is you're not? Are you seeing through Tom's eyes, or are you just telling Tom to do this? It's fine.
I'm within distance to do it, so I can physically do it myself. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Through Tom.
Through Tom. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
As you see. Okay. So as you see through Tom, when you come here, this is now brighter. This area, you suddenly see it. You see that the carriage has fallen, like sort of fully through. And you see like it looks like there was even like it's weird. Like there's more debris. Like there seems to be like even bigger pile of falling rock. Perhaps you're not really quite sure. But there's 2 men who are scrambling down, on a rope now.
Sucks to be them.
Yeah, it's all right. And so and one of them definitely looks like a city guard. Yeah, he's got his sort of rifle, the musket slinged across his back, and he's going down, and he's got a lantern in his hand, and as your owl suddenly flies through Tom, you see him kind of spooked, and he's like, what's that? The torch drops. Is Tom going to be able to get out of there fast enough?
No.
Boom.
It's a kamikaze mission. He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead. Oh, he's dead. I said,
yeah.
yeah, right. Come, yeah, right. You're right.
What did happen to that driver?
What did happen to that driver?
So
Boom.
it's just when you kill innocents, that springs to mind.
What did happen?
Innocence,
that?
really?
There were city guards, man.
Is anyone really in Port of Lustin? Anyone? Yeah, there's a explosion rocks the sewer. You guys kind of hear it, right? And you can feel, the little bits of masonry chip and fall on your head, right? Just from the vibration. You can see the light, at the tunnel as it blows. Bam!
I'm gonna climb right up.
Yeah, all right.
Up and
Braegar
out.
starts climbing right up the ladder. And you push over the manhole, and you can hear people sort of screaming. What was that? Oh my gosh! Oh hey, Raphael's gonna be joining us. Oh cool. All right, that's very sweet. You can hear kind of screaming in a distance, right? And there's still sort of like some carts that are clopping by, but they seem to have they're just like stopping as you start pulling that in, getting the cart out. I'm sorry, the sewer grating manhole cover out. It seems like a bit chaos in the street, and you notice that people are all looking mostly in the direction of where the explosion was.
Fantastic. Come.
All right, what you guys gonna do? Hurry.
Hurriedly.
We run over here.
After screaming, we're under attack. Another bombing!
Like, get the fucking ladder!
Terrorists!
And then I place Herbie on the ladder behind her.
Now, you should all try and sneak here, but you all have sneak with advantage, right? Because you're all, there's still
Does that
people
mean,
around.
does
It's
that mean
very
I have
distracting.
normal? Since I have disadvantage because I am sick? That would balance it out for me, right? Then I just have normal. Yeah.
Advantage and disadvantage cancel out to normal.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a great roll.
Fuck, thank goodness I had advantage.
Advantage did not help me in the slightest.
It's okay. It's a, it's not, in this particular case, it's not difficult. Eve, you aren't very successful in getting yourself out. You slip, with the mud and the filth as you're getting, and
I let out a shriek because I'm falling.
yeah, and some people notice you.
Catch her.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, but she would knock Herbie down on the way. Oh, hey, Raph.
I walk across the street and do my distracting sneeze.
You're super distracting. Yeah.
Oh, there's another spell name, Anthony.
There's another what?
Spell name.
Distracting sneeze, yeah.
Yeah, Braegar's distracting sneeze.
So Braegar's distracting sneeze using prestidigitation, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it amplifies the sound. Of course, that sort of does, gets other people's attention. Everyone's sort of chattering and concerned, right? But, somehow somebody, it's helpful, but you didn't do a fantastic job. Okay, so, is that for the
spell burnout for my cantrip?
Spell burnout, yes. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go. I wish I could fix that so we could do it for cantrips. Yeah, my fault. As a matter of fact, Shay, you should probably have rolled your spell burnout for that other spell, but we'll leave that.
Are we in a fight, Kay?
Not really. You're just running away.
We're trying to escape the sewer.
All right. Shay, so you get just momentarily. So some people do see you, and then there's a question of, do they see anyone else? I mean, Braegar was able to get away quite quickly. I would say that perhaps that undermines Elvis. Maybe someone notices a big
went
man.
Up and fell down, right?
Yeah.
So I went to catch her. She would have knocked Herbie down, so I would try and catch one in each hand, I suppose.
Okay.
And then I'd put them back, and they would try and go up again.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yeah. So somebody.
Catch them.
So my main thing is that Evangeline's been noticed. So somebody, it was too hard for her not to get away. She failed to sneak. So somehow.
Is it possible during all this, can I notice like an unoccupied alleyway?
I would say you're like on the other. Yeah, I mean there's like little small streets and alleyways. You can see one across the street from where you are to the north, right? Okay. Depending on where you went. Yeah.
I'd like to get into that alleyway. As soon as I exit the sewer, I'd like to, get onto a sidewalk. That would have been my first.
Exactly.
To sneak to a sidewalk and try not to be noticed.
Okay. Yeah. So what are you guys gonna do? Right? Because you just
I'm gonna say
go up.
Eve, did you get noticed? Did they see you before you fell?
Is that? Oh my God! There's a person coming up to the sewers. I mean, you hear that, right. Evangeline?
Follow me.
Yeah.
Follow me up. Sorry, I thought that was Kai saying on your behalf. Go ahead.
Yeah. That is the information you have, Evangeline. Someone did see you.
Yeah.
Some people have seen
you. They know. I kind of screamed as I fell, and I heard them say they're coming out of the sewers.
Right, In that case, I'm going to say to Herbie, Nikholai, and Eve, get ready to come up straight behind me. And I go in my pack, pull out my badge of police-ness, and I'm just going to literally, without being subtle at all, burst out of the suit, get into the middle of the street, and shout, "There's the terrorist attack! Run!" And I point in the opposite direction to which the bomb came. "Quick, civilians! Come out! Come out!"
And I follow up quickly.
Oh, I fucked
Me
up.
too.
Okay. Messed that one up. Okay. All right. So yeah, I would say. Did I think that's what the DC was? Okay. Yeah. All right. So it just you guys do that quickly and you move, right? Like, which way are you guys heading?
Well, that's what. I'm sorry, I put it in Discord. I didn't put it in here. I should have put it in here. Could you pull up the map and show us roughly where we are?
Oh yes. My apologies. So I'm gonna do this. And again, you only heard like one person. Like you only hear like one or two people say this. So Anthony, you when you were sneezing when? Like, let me just come sure. You sneezed immediately after you came out, right?
As soon as I came out, I stealthed to the sidewalk. I saw that Eve was causing a little disturbance, so I sneezed.
And you did your sneeze, okay? And
Yeah.
that's when the sneeze and distracted most people, right? And actually that would have given. So I think that would have given distraction. That probably should have given. I mean, it can't do a double advantage. It doesn't count.
Because either way, it worked.
Yeah, it mostly worked. I'm gonna say it's like only like one person noticed, right? But no one's paying attention to them, right? Like it was a very small. It was just one person. Okay, so I'm gonna get us to Port Lucine, and then the not so great, not so detailed map of Port Lucine, and let's. So you guys, this is the top of the hill. This is Saint Mère de Lames, and so you guys have to be somewhere like halfway around. So you guys are maybe somewhere in this vicinity or in this vicinity, right? So you guys are, I believe that's probably where you are up on the hill. You might be right somewhere halfway here. So somewhere within this general area.
Changed maps, because you haven't put us on the map.
Oh, I didn't put you on a map. Duh.
I do that literally every time I move something to a map.
I know. Stupid me. Sorry.
Are we running from mist monster to the police? Both. Fuck.
They're everywhere.
Everything is everywhere.
I'm trying to
I
grab
don't
the
know
player
what it
thing.
was.
There. The player thing. Good, it moved. Okay. God, I have so many maps. It's like hard to actually move you guys from map to map. Did it go? Yes, there it is. There it is.
Guy, you can start
Sorry about
archiving
that.
things you're not using.
Yes. I know. Yeah, I probably have to archive some things. It's just I have a lot of these like picture maps. Like this is what the street looks like. That's what the street looks like. It's less of a map and more like a
Theater of
graphic.
the mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry about that. So here you go. I believe that you guys would be somewhere around here, right? Somewhere in that area, halfway up the hill. Halfway.
What do the train
We have the hill.
tracks look like? Like an American train tracks where there's like fuck all there and big open spaces, or
No, I mean I think that's like an elevated like a New York elevated subway.
well then, right, I'll say
An L train.
heads down, straight forward, head to the river. That's what I would recommend, and I'll put my arms around.
Wait.
Eve and
Let us
family.
go into an alleyway so I may clean everyone up.
Yeah, I presume. Yeah. Do they see you? Right? Did you call to them? Like, did they notice where you were?
How did everybody else come out? That they used my distractions, or did they go with Elvis's?
No.
We would have used that.
Yeah, everything happened. Like you've got the sneeze, you've got Elvis, right? And yeah, that was just my bad, actually, considering if I said if Shay had an issue, then Nikholai had an issue too, because I said you guys were at advantage because of the explosion. So, I'm sorry, Charles, you both would have had the same, small situation, but it's irrelevant, really.
Seen Braegar because he was in an alley when we came
Yeah.
out. That's what I meant. Oh, we have seen Braegar. Okay, then yeah, we'd head straight to Braegar.
Yeah.
And let him clean us up, I suppose. Or ask him to.
Yes.
Nicely.
Yeah, I clean everyone.
Ooh, I like it when you rub me that way, I mean, thank you, Braegar.
I know you do, Herbie.
Yeah, if you guys are moving away, like you probably still hear the one person who kind of saw, like, but they came out of the sewers. Didn't you see them? Right? You can sort of hear that off to the side. I think they went that way. So,
All right, let's vote.
prestidigitation. You can only do that for one person, right?
I can, yeah, I can do it as many times as I want.
Yeah, but it's a one action, right? So it's like action, doof,
Yeah,
doof, doof, doof. Yeah, so it's about 6 seconds each as you try and get some of the major stuff off. And as you're kind of hitting everyone, you kind of hear the person. I think they went this way. What do you mean? What about the explosion? What if they're? And you can hear the voices coming towards you, towards the alley,
Okay, so
at the mouth of the alley, and you can sort of see some bodies coming around the corner.
I'm gonna
Run away, or do we
how
need
many-
to?
How many people did I get to clean before we think they're coming?
Let's see. Let's roll a quick 1d4. I think that makes sense. Okay. Fair. 2 people. 1d4 plus 1. So you've got, so that was just 12 seconds, right? You cleaned yourself and you cleaned somebody else really fast.
Okay, so two people, me and someone else, and then they're
Yes.
gonna make it around the corner after that.
Yes.
Okay, so let's just leave.
Are we going
Go
to
out
do
the
any
opposite.
disguises, or we're going as ourselves?
My magic is
Disguises.
So I'm out of disguises. So
Who got done? Who got cleaned? Eve would have gone first.
yeah, me and Eve.
Right. So I'll say, Braegar, meet you back at the Science Academy. I'll hold him off.
I could distract them with a device.
Mark? But I thought they just came around the corner. Have we got time to just...
Have they seen us? Are they searching for us specifically, or just people?
You have it just happens, like, this is as you guys ran. Again, there's still people screaming, oh my god, we're under attack. There's an explosion. Someone kind of said, I think I saw someone coming out of the sewers. Right?
So they didn't say they went this way?
No, but they're like, you heard them say, I think maybe they went this way, right? So,
Well,
yes,
if they didn't... Oh, okay.
Yes.
Can we see anyone in the alleyway?
No,
Yeah.
but you hear the
Okay.
voices coming, like,
Right, so
coming towards the front of the alley. That's all.
Sorry, I thought you said we could see figures coming around the corner. So if we...
Yeah, that's what I mean. You can hear the voice, and they're just coming around the corner. You can see some people are like, the shadows are just about to
How
turn.
far away are they?
To 20 feet.
Are there any alleyways around, Kate?
This alleyway
Dark
leads
alleyway.
to some other street. This alleyway leads to some other street. Like, you can see the other street on the other side. It's very similar to the alleyway where you got attacked.
So they're 20
But
feet.
is there any adjacent alleyways, or just ours and it leads to the
Just this
street?
one. Just this one in between buildings leading to another main road.
And there are people chasing us on the other street that they think they saw us, or they are in a
they're
They're
different
not
place.
chasing us. They're coming to investigate.
They're like walking. There's like someone who's saying, like, oh, I think I saw someone come from the one witness who seems to be trying to get people to pay attention to her.
I will say, go that way. and follow the voices.
So, if this other street that at the other end of this alley has a bunch of people, maybe we could just blend in.
It's just another busy street, right? But it's another 20 feet in front of you, right? You're like you're in the middle of the alley essentially, right? 20 feet behind you is where you came from. 20 feet ahead of you, it's just another street. That's all. Quick, what are you gonna do?
Let's go this way and try to blend into the crowd.
Yeah.
While you're talking, this you guys, anybody trying to hide? Or are you just up against the wall?
No,
You're in the
I
middle?
will ask. I will say to them, I'm gonna go and talk to this person. If you want to leave, leave now. But maybe take Herbie with you. But Nikholai, stay with me because you're also covered in shit.
I can just.
There they are! There they are! That must be them! There's a
Walking up.
There's a crowd of people coming down the alleyway. There's like an older woman. She's like, I think it's them. I swore I saw one of them coming this way.
Can I
Are
help
there
you?
policemen with her?
Yeah, she's again. You're 20 feet away when she says this. As she turns the corner, right? And
so
like you
I'll
see, you just see some random commoners, right? Some random city dwellers just come around. They go, what's going on here?
Kai, is there like any barrel I could jump into?
Back there. We're just
There's
trying to find our way. We got lost.
At the sewers. So I would like to go up to them and say, hold out the badge. Say, you are interfering with a secret operation. Get out of here now.
Boom. Are you gonna hit him with a persuasion or intimidation?
Well, I wonder what Elvis will go with.
Intimidate the fuckers.
You're gonna get all
Okay.
muscly and shit.
All right.
Persuasive.
They look at you. They look at the badge, and they're like, oh, but there's an explosion.
I'm trying to catch the people, and you're fucking it up. Go away.
Yes, of course. Sorry. Come, woman. Come away from here. Let them be. Okay.
Yeah, run back to the people and say, the people being you guys. Although you could stop and press the digitate us for a little bit first if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll clean everybody
Yeah,
up.
that would be nice.
Do Herbie, then Nikholai, then Elvis, just in case more people decide to butt in.
Um,
Oh shit,
So
I left some
he's
beer in
just
the
gonna-
freezer. I've got to go before it explodes. I'll be back in a second.
Herbie's just gonna lean against the wall and he's like gonna like vomit out the last contents of his stomach, still feeling quite ill.
Let it out.
I think I need to sleep.
Let it out, little guy.
Come here, Herbie. This might not help much, but I can help you.
Why don't we exit the alley 2 at a time once I'm done cleaning everyone up?
Are we proceeding with what we were supposed to do, or are we going back to the academy?
I don't know. This thing changed a lot of what we were thinking about doing.
Yeah, it fucked things up, and I still think we should have a talk about this. I mean, you seem to have seen those things before, but
Yes, we're very familiar with what had
it's
just
crazy.
transpired.
But we need to get Herbie out of here. He needs help fast. I mean, I can make him feel a little better, but
Yeah, we must
By healing him.
help the halfling.
Shit, I'm just a halfling, huh?
You're my halfling.
Thank you.
They all look alike.
That's a racist ass shit. Human motherfucker. Alright.
So
So
say
is everybody
like,
clean,
yeah,
guy?
you guys,
Let me roll 20
yeah,
seconds.
you guys, you got people clean. So like you got people clean. No problem. So what? Okay, so that distraction helped. It's pretty good. So now, just what are you guys gonna do, right? Because the other streets is kind of just busy. I would say that the alleyway probably looked like this. This is probably the other alleyway you were in. This is
Eve,
fun
you
stuff.
escort Herbie out of the alleyway, and then
Could you maybe delete the turn order?
Yes. I don't see the turn order.
Oh, really?
Lapse it.
Oh, let me roll.
yeah,
Really roll
sh-
I know.
something.
I thought it'd take. Oh,
Oh,
really? I thought I'd taken care of it.
No,
it's
there's
Alright.
nothing on the turn order card.
Yeah.
you just gotta.
It's blank. He's just being an idiot, a wanker, and
Oh, there it is. Let me just clear it. Yeah. I gotcha.
can we kick Elvis, please?
roll an attack.
It's where one night I will slit his throat in his sleep. I mean, I'm a good kid. You know, I don't attack people or anything.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kai, sorry to interrupt you, but
Yeah.
I just have a question. Would you
Yes.
maybe have a link to the player resources with the seat of my class? You know that with all the different classes that we use, because I
Yeah.
seem to have
Actually,
lost it.
if you go to the player resources channel right at the very top, which is the pinned, just find the pinned messages, and I edited it so that you have everything. You have
Oh yeah,
whole,
I found that. Thanks.
yeah, the whole every folder that you need with all the various info. Okay, try and make it
Thanks, Kai.
one-stop shop for people. Okay. So, So, are we all going to head back to the academy, taking different routes? You're going to try and get them work together. What's going to happen?
Split up. What do you think?
Will we have an issue getting over the river? We shouldn't, right? We're not coming from the slums.
Are we
We're
clean?
not. Yeah.
Yeah. We also
Yeah.
do we? Oh no, he hasn't finished them yet. We've got fake eye coming.
Yeah. Well, you were well. You must have had some kind of fake stuff because you guys were shopping for stuff. Of course, you weren't shopping for.
Yeah, but we went shopping in the Cotier Marchand after we had gotten there by taxi,
Yes.
and
Yes.
also the only other time was in a carriage
This is
of the
a couple.
academy.
Yes.
So yeah, I'm guessing that the papers we might need this time might be more metallic.
Kai, how long would it take? How long? I don't remember how long they said it's going to take for them to make my weapon.
I think Oh, I don't. I think I said it would be a couple of days. Right? That makes sense. Like they weren't gonna make it in a day, or at least not when you were just sitting around. I think it would take at least. I can imagine it might take like maybe a week. I mean, they're taking other orders to custom shop, something like this. I don't think I decided exactly, and I don't know
think
what
I
the
paid to
rules
have
are.
it expedited too, though.
Yeah, you did. You doubled it. So can we say what? 24 hours, maybe 2 days. 2 days max. Does that sound?
Okay.
That
Yeah.
sound
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I think to get it done. Sword making does take a while. It's a pretty custom piece, the cane plus a sword and all this stuff. So at least 2 days, right? I think around your expedited order would be 2 days. Okay, so again, but that's you can buy that. It's all about you really need papers and to prove you're a member of the nobility if you want to buy weapons. I mean, black powder weapons. That's very difficult.
Yeah.
Right? And you might be able to get away with.
Well, we had
maybe less.
we had that guy buy our black powder
Ex-
last
ex-
time.
Exactly. Of course, you can't. None of you can be wearing weapons in public. That's also only allowed for the nobility. But you could have possibly even said that you were buying this for someone else, right? And I presume you were in your in disguise, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, when you did this, yeah, they wouldn't sell it to you as Braegar. Or actually, if they would have seen Herbie, they probably wouldn't even sell it to Herbie. They would have, you would have noticed if Herbie was walking around, he'd be getting looks. The side eye.
Racist ass motherfuckers.
It's possible Herbie might have even been hassled by some city guard while you guys were shopping. I didn't include that, but it's quite possible that at some point Herbie might have. gotten some attention.
You leave my son alone.
Yeah, and that would have been an excellent response. Which would have.
Go pick on somebody your own size.
Yeah,
Oh,
me,
well,
me
excuse.
and
Oh,
Herbie probably have a scam running called Mother and Daughter.
yes. Because you use that old woman, or do you have
Yeah.
another an older woman, or do you have like a more of like a
The older
middle-aged
woman, yeah.
Granny
Okay.
and grandson, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you could be the mom, Eve, right? You can all be working together.
I could dress up as grandchild.
I mean, that all happened. I'm just just considering what you would have to do that in a way in which you would not garner unnecessary attention to yourselves.
Mm.
Okay, so how are we going to get across the river?
So yeah, it will be easier for you to get back across the river towards the area, because the real kind of it's just the real security points are between anywhere else in a Courtier over coming out, right? So you get the sense that they just
Walk
they're
up to
trying to
them, and if they
keep you.
say anything, slip them a few gold.
Yeah.
Or one couple of gold.
Yeah. So when you guys go by, I'm just gonna have you guys, if anybody comes and investigate, just somebody roll me a persuasion check. Simple, DC 10, no problem.
Well, you're the nobleman, Nikholai. Maybe
whoever wants to be the talker, and of course it could be an advantage because some people can help.
Sorry, where are we at right now?
You guys are just trying to get back across from the Courtier Marchand to the Courtier Noblique. To the right, so I'm gonna put you guys back on the Port Lucie map. And I mean, you guys are just trying to get to across the river to the Courtier Public. That's all. And so yeah, Eve, that's if that's your role, no problem. You guys don't have any issue at the bridge crossing, right? I guess if you're going together, right?
Yes.
Okay, then that's not an issue. I mean, you could have hired a cab, no problem, right? It's no issue. There's no difficulty hiring a cab, horse-drawn carriage to get you to where you need to go, and you will eventually get yourselves to the Academy of Science. Yeah.
Wait.
Kiwi, how we doing? You hanging in there still?
Yeah.
Okay. You have any thoughts, Kiwi, on how your character might get themselves involved in this situation? Because we haven't really chatted about it, but
Oh, no.
okay.
And they're all together at some point, obviously. Could come across me somewhere, but I'm not that familiar with the good idea of where would be a good place for them.
Yeah, I mean, I know I just did. I didn't know if you wanted to, if you're interested in actually playing today. Like you said, you may be observing, but if you want to jump in, I can sort of, manipulate it at some point. But
He might run into our contact, what's his fucking name again? Griffo.
Yes,
Well,
your associate, right?
Yeah,
Dude?
our associate Griffo.
Well, I don't know what her character is, but she could either be on the staff in the academy, or working as or infiltrating the academy by pretending to work as the staff, or working on a project there.
I mean, you could, yeah. I mean, or you could meet her
As I
somewhere
say, I
else.
have no idea what her
Yeah.
character would do.
I mean, how would you?
Or we could meet her at the bar when we go to meet the guys.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna need a drink.
Yeah, you will need a drink. Yeah.
Debriefed.
Oh, I think doing that, yes.
Good
Yeah.
work.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna let you guys think a little bit about what you want to do as you're getting to the, Science Academy. What your goal is going to be there, and what your next moves are going to be. Then we can consider how we can get Kiwi into the game. Her character, Anatania. I mean, Anatania. Again, we're not in a normal fantasy land. It's like a very early modern 17th, 18th century city. What's your actual job? What's your front? What do you do? Not what your character class is, but what do you think you'd be doing here?
I think she has made her way mostly doing cons in either petty theft or running cons or tricking people with things.
Okay.
Used
So
her advantage, the kind of the natural distrust that people have for Vistani, and she's
I
sort
have
of
an
taken that on board. Well, she's a druid, so she's more interested in the natural life of the city than in the people. So she doesn't have many qualms about taking advantage of the people.
Maybe she runs a fake, like a rigged tarot card readings.
Yeah, all one of those games.
You know,
Or she may be the person that does our papers, our fake papers, if she's into
that's
coning.
but that's isn't that Toon's job? Toon's actually the forger.
Yeah.
Yeah, Toon just takes
Oh.
just needs time to do the forging, right? That
Watered
was all.
down potions, that's Braegar. Snake oil.
Yeah, I mean there might be an easy charlatan connection here.
I was about to say, Gruffo can definitely be tipped off about a new player in town who is making waves.
And where do you think Anatania would be running her scams? I mean, so just so you know, like for example, the culture marchand, the culture publique would be like the Washington D.C. national, what do you call it? The main monument area, so to speak. So that's definitely the seat of government, not only for the city but for the country, right? So you guys are living in the capital. You're a combination of Washington D.C., Paris, and New York City. Like I said, the Quartier Marchand is actually very densely packed. It is, very. It is a place where you have multi-story tenement buildings, and this is just a concentration of poverty, with some very poor slums, called in these areas, like traditionally, actually historically in Paris, they would have these courts of miracles where you would have a lot of the charlatans who would roll out from there, go to the city, and beg money, faking injuries. Right? They would fake themselves as being, crippled or suffering from some sort of disease, and that's where they would go. Now, it's possible that you would be right. Any of those different beggars might be going to the Quartier Marchand, or might even be found in the Quartier Public before being run out by the police, because it's like New York City. This city is actually is a center of cultural tourism in this five-country sort of main area that we call the Civilized Crescent, and from afar, from beyond this area. So there's lots of places where you might want to run your scam. Right. So if you think about that, then that may be where we find you along the way. So actually, I'm going to be right back too, because I'm going to get a drink. But why don't you guys just think about how we might want to collaboratively think about how we can get Anatania's character in the game. I'm open to suggestions. Yeah. So I'll be right back. So I need myself a little bit of the coffee.
All right.
We were
So,
going to meet some people in. Sorry, to. Just
yeah, go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was
I
asking.
didn't know where I was going with my speech.
We were going to meet some people, I think, in the bar, right? That Eve wanted to meet.
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, we were
Oh.
on our way to meet the cripple, weren't we? And then do the
So could
Beach Friends thing in the evening, but we don't know what time it is now. It might be too late to do both.
but maybe Anatania could be like a contact of us to get us in touch with those people.
No, we already know where they are and how to get in touch with them. Are you talking about the people in
Yeah,
I'll be
that
right
Eve
back
wants,
too.
that Eve wants to meet. Yes, those guys. We know
I
where to find them, but don't we are we maybe we should use a connection or something to bring us in contact with them, and maybe that's Anatania. I don't know. Just a thought.
We've already met. That's the problem.
Sorry, did not hear
Uh,
you, Charles.
Eve has already met them.
Eve knows them. Hmm.
But what I would, it depends. If we can do the cripple, then maybe we go for a drink nearby first, and she's there. If we do the, vampire thing, then again maybe she's hanging around outside the bar, or at least sees Eve talking to
Or she may
these
be.
vampire people. But we don't know what her backstory is, so I mean
Right.
that
Yeah.
would have to drink with a little bit.
What I was thinking
Hey,
also is
She might be a vampire too, and then I'd have to kill her.
Ooh.
that. But she may also want to meet those people for some reason, and we are her contact. Maybe she
Yeah, but
finds
Are
out
you
that we
meeting them?
know about them,
vampires.
I'm gonna
and
change my last name to Van Helsing.
You're
sub.
going to go Dutch. I pity you if you are.
Vampire hunter.
What are you meeting them for?
Particularly the. Oh, sorry. You go, Shay.
Well, they've taken some sort of interest in me, and the one that might not be a vampire that seems scared by his master. He seemed like a scared little puppy when we were all talking together, and they're from my hometown. And so you wouldn't know this right off the bat, but my character is half vampire. Um, and I never knew my father, but I would rather die completely than become completely undead. And my goal is to wipe out the undead from the city and have it no longer be under vampire rule, because the elite run the city and the elite are all vampires. Or
So yeah, as far as
at
you're
least that's the
concerned,
way
yeah.
I see it, that they're all vampires. They might not all be vampires, but they're vampire adjacent. So
And you would, I mean, yeah, you come from Barovia, right? So right,
yes.
that was yeah.
And
So
I'm working on contacts. I'm working on an inn to get close and gather intel so that I can carry out my mission, which is to rid the city of vampires.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe Anatania also has something to do with those people, and she finds us to find them because she found out some way that we know about them. Maybe.
Yeah, the thing is, does Natania have any reason to be involved with vampires?
Not
may not.
Well,
specifically,
I
just
doubt it.
involve someone if she's trying to grift them, trying to run something. Maybe she's targeted them.
yeah, being vampires is not their only thing. I mean, they're nobles, right? She may want to turn
Oh,
them into something.
She
oh
is
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
She is Visanti
yeah. I
though,
mean,
right?
yeah. Remember, this is there's extravagant wealth in the city. I mean, the nobles are hyper wealthy.
She
I
is
mean, remember
Visanti
they're
though,
not.
right?
Yeah, she's yeah. Half,
Done. Yeah.
yeah.
So I mean, we could she could play off of that somehow, being that
Yeah,
they're the only people who can travel the realms.
This is true, right? The Vistani are the only ones who can reliably navigate through the mists. And everyone
la la
knows
la
it.
la 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 la. Sorry, I'm playing Strahd.
Sorry. Okay. Oops.
Well,
It's all right.
I mean, it is
It's lore.
it's known lore.
Yeah, that's like yeah, that's been since for decades now. And actually, no, but you would know that because you have to recognize this is a big trading city, yeah, and so there's definitely Vistani who have to accompany the trading caravan. That were the caravans with the trucks and the merchant companies.
So
Because
have any
the
of us actually interacted with the Vistani?
I don't know. I don't
Maybe
think so.
you,
Not unless you've been involved. Not unless you own a trading company. Um,
Braegar and Elvis, for
Elvis might have. Elvis would have.
completely different reasons. So Braegar might have
Mhm.
done business with them, and Elvis might have arrested them
I'm
I think
just
Elvis might have.
or tried to.
I'm still trying to figure out Braegar's backstory. I know I'm not from this area, right?
Yeah.
So how did I get here? Was it through some Visanti trickery or a
No, I,
hag
I no.
maybe?
Actually, so here's the way I mean, it's up to you. Again, when you come from, I think Nvidia is the name because there's only one Ravenloft. Officially, there's only like one, very few Ravenloft domains that have anything like goblinoids.
Mm-hmm.
There's Darkon, which is just Aslan,
Yeah.
which
Uh huh.
Aslan controls, and then there's I think it's Nvidia, which is very kind of small, and in that one there's Hag. That's why I thought that made more sense. They're
The hags.
Goblin.
Okay.
The hags control the area, and all the tribes, the goblin tribes are beholden to them, and you're like there's no separate hobgoblins. You're actually like a mutant goblin itself. Like you're just
Mm-hmm.
a more powerful goblin, right?
Yeah.
That comes out every once in a while. So so after the attack, and the humans destroyed your tribe, it could be you just went running out into the mists, and it just dumped you in Demont Liu. Because that's the thing with the mists, the Ravenloft mists. People know that when you get to the edge of the country, or certain locations, the mists just exist, and if you go in them, you might disappear and never come back.
So
Only the Vistani can get you across.
I like Matt Colville's explanation of a hobgoblin. He says
Okay.
it's a half goblin, half human. That's
Mm,
why they're
okay.
smart. That's why they're smarter. You know, they're bigger.
Okay.
So I don't
If
know if you want to manipulate it to be that is the lore of it, but I'd be okay with that.
yeah, we could say that. I mean that's interesting. Um, because technically you're like you're like a fairy creature, like a fae, actually, within kind of the rules of Ravenloft, the way they developed in 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
So some goblinoids are not like standard orcs. They're a little bit. They have more fae like abilities.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Well,
um,
goblins are from the Feywild
yeah,
originally.
fae. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so your leaders might have have a bit more fae qualities to them, possibly even being vulnerable to Nikholai iron and things like this. Um, so it's a little weird because the Ravenloft doesn't really deal a lot with goblinoids because they don't fit the genre tropes. So they kind of only have them in very limited sections.
Mm-hmm.
But it could have been, somehow, I actually was originally thinking they would be interesting if you had some Vistani contacts, because the Vistani are sort of, the gypsy Romani trope plus plus plus.
Yeah.
However we like it, whether whatever, but it is what it is. But they're actually mystical, right? And they're not they're not actually. I mean, they're human, but not quite, right? So they are supernaturally imbued. And it could have been. It would make sense that maybe you would have, in a culture over here, there's nothing that stops there from being, Vistani population, right? They have not, they don't. Vistani normally are nomadic, but they could have established themselves in some neighborhoods in the city, and maybe somehow they brought you in because you're definitely unusual. And the
I
Vistani
like how
are. Go ahead, Toon.
I like how it's written in Curse of Strahd, where you have like certain places where like Vistani don't really settle there, but there's like certain places where there will always be Vistani camped,
Yeah.
and then like a new family will come there like every week or something, and the other ones will go away, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's yeah, good point. Yeah, it just could be, a neighborhood where you find Vistani. Yeah, they may not be, living there for 20 years each family, but they're there, right? That's a Vistani location.
Yeah.
And I suspect that they would be running all sorts of scams. The Vistani are.
What do you think, Kiwi, as well? Given
Yeah.
what you've heard options wise, etc.
I had an idea that I came by myself, but I didn't know very much about the Vistani before, and I know that they don't really accept Vistani, but I did grow up with them. My mother, I decided, was going to be Vistani.
Okay. And there is definitely a tension, if you're not full Vistani, right? I think the word for in the D&D Ravenloft lore is like Dimorgio. It's like what they call the non-Vistani, you know. So yeah, I mean, like just like being a half elf, you're not trusted. You're halfway between cultures. And you might know that this is a place to go to. You might know there's Vistani here. You may or may not need to associate with them. But just so you know, you might come. The question is, do you come from the Fertile? I mean, it's easy if you come from the Fertile Crescent. You could be originally from the country of Dimont-Liu, right? There's 5 countries that are related to each other, and they're all sort of, representative of some European countries. You have Lamordia to the north, which is kind of a Germany. It's very scientific, very little magic. You have this place here, Dimont-Liu, which is hyper focused on using magic for entertainment. Basically putting on high-end Broadway productions and culture and art and so forth and so on. You have another country that's close by, it's Richelieu, which is kind of a strange place. It's sparsely inhabited. You have a place Mordant, which would be sort of like coastal Britain, and then you have a place, an area to the south. It's essentially like late Renaissance Italy.
Not get too bogged down in lore and
Yeah,
jumping all on
gotcha.
Kiwi.
I know. There's a lot going on. Yeah, I
I have no idea what's going on most of the time. I just that's life, I mean. But I pick it up as I go along. So
yeah.
With regards to the party, there are 4 ways that we could meet very easily.
Yeah.
First, as Anthony says, if you're doing tarot readings or cup stuff, and you target us because you think we look a bit rich or something, or there's something about us that your Vistani instincts tell you, that's option A. Option B, you can meet us in the pub when we go to meet Eve's friends. Maybe you've noticed that they're a bit weird as well, and you like the cut of Eve's jib. You notice there's something a bit weird about her, but you like it. And then the last one is if we go and see the cripple, because again we don't know what time of day it is. Maybe you look after him, or you're part of the staff. Anyway, those are just ideas. What do you think?
And you're going to see the cripple for what purpose?
What time of day is it, Kai? Oh, sorry.
I think it was sort of late, because you guys were originally going for dinner. You'd spent the entire day out shopping, so I think this all happened right in late afternoon. So at this point, you're still late afternoon going towards evening now. It's probably getting, the sun is probably setting now.
So let's take that one off the top.
Okay.
So yeah, anything but the cripple one.
Meeting in the pub makes sense.
Okay.
I like the idea that maybe I'd had my eye on whoever she was meeting, and I haven't made a move or not, but then I see you guys come in, and like you said, there's something about her I find interesting, and not that I want to be friends, but just curious about
Would not
them.
So we could do that then.
Okay.
Didn't hear you. That
yeah, I'm fine with that. That's what I wanted to. It's all cool. It's flexible. But then so the question is, where is the main group going to head now? Because if your goal is if the idea is that you're going to come across Anatania at that dockside bar,
headed back to the academy straight away,
Yeah.
just to debrief and talk to each other about what just happened.
Okay.
And then decide that it was too late to go and try and meet the cripple, for want of a better term.
Right.
And instead, we should proceed with Eve's plan whenever Eve wants to do it or is ready to do it.
Okay.
I think, but correct me if I'm wrong. That's what I would have thought.
So I got my outfit, right? We went shopping.
Yes, you did.
Sweet. Okay, so I wear that.
Alrighty.
Herbie is gonna, I guess, disappear for a bit.
Yeah, Herbie, you're no longer poisoned. You know, it went away.
Oh yeah, good.
It
Oh, good.
wasn't gonna last forever. Obviously, that was just
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Herbie's gonna disappear for a little bit, and he's gonna change into his different outfit, Grufo, that the party doesn't know.
I like that.
Okay, and are you going to go into the Colchiovia? And or
Is the party right now preparing to go out for dinner?
it seems like they're preparing to go reinvestigate the bar, the Seaside Tavern.
All right, so he will. Herbie will disappear, and about like probably maybe after half an hour, Grifo will appear, and he will say, as he sees Nikholai. Nikholai, I see you've settled in fine. Do you know where my friend Herbie is? I've been looking for him.
Do I buy it?
Essentially, it's just Herbie with a fake mustache. It's not even a very good disguise.
Hey, hold on. I have a very good disguise. I will roll my disguise kit to show you how good my disguise is going to be.
No, it's okay. It's fine. I know you have a very good disguise.
Ah, fuck!
Yeah, like I said, Herbie with a fake mustache. It's gonna hang in a little bit.
You're wearing the Groucho Marx glasses.
Yeah.
You know, the glasses with a big nose and the mustache.
Yeah.
Eyebrows.
No, I'm definitely not Herbie. I'm not Herbie here.
Hello, Braegar. I have heard much about you.
Yes.
And
Hello,
I will.
Herbie.
Yes, exactly. I am indeed not Herbie. Do you know where Herbie is? I was wondering if I could talk some business with him.
Oh, whatever could Herbie be?
Yeah.
He just left.
Who are you, little stranger?
I will not be called little. I am Grifo over here. I am a very important man in this town.
Yeah. So,
You see,
guys,
I have the papers to back it up. And then I'm gonna show them like my fake identity papers for this guy.
Yeah.
Is it the same handwriting as ours?
No. These look like proper papers.
So yeah.
let's say to everyone
You
else.
see?
Are we just ignoring this? Is that what's happening?
Hello, Grifo. I am Braegar. I'm very close with Herbie.
So I've heard.
You're not here to arrest him or anything like that.
No. Herbie is one of my most trusted associates, actually. He is so trustworthy, I could never find somebody who is better than him.
Lovely.
Indeed. You know Herbie very well, then.
I do indeed. But if he is not here, I wouldn't mind getting to know you guys and go with you wherever you wanted to go.
I'm gonna walk up to Braegar and try and whisper to him and say, does he have some sort of personality disorder? Or is he just doing this really badly?
Who, Grifo? I don't know Grifo very well.
No, Herbie, you dick. Don't be... I know it's Herbie. You know it's Herbie.
My insight was terrible. I am totally on board with Grifo.
Do we need to roll inside? I haven't rolled inside, so maybe I think he's Grifo as well.
So no one in the group has met Grifo?
It's definitely fucking Herbie. Okay. Sorry. Braegar.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure that's Herbie.
Can I hear him? Can I hear him saying that?
No, I'm whispering. That's the first thing I said. Well, unless you don't know, maybe.
Grifo doesn't know boundaries. He's standing uncomfortably close to you guys.
I cast friends on Grifo.
Friends. What does that do?
Gives me advantage on charisma checks against you.
Hmm.
I was gonna say.
Well, I am for sure not Herbie, and I am not lying.
It's fine. Check that.
Please tell me who you really are.
I am Griffo Overhill. Why would I be anybody else?
Oh, Herbie, just stop fucking about, mate. We know
I do
it's
not know what
good.
you are talking about.
And I pull off his Groucho Marx glasses and say,
Herbie has never told me his friends are so disrespectful. And he's gonna like pull back the glasses and he's gonna like walk away.
right, okay, was he just dicking around, or does he seriously have a personality? I'm not even joking now.
He's very good at what he does.
Not that time.
I don't know. I was.
So that
I
was
totally
really Herbie?
I was totally on board. I believe his name is Griffo, and we just aggravated him.
No, honestly, I promise you, from the bottom of my heart, that was Herbie.
So,
It was not! And then I'm fully gonna walk away.
You're doing a vax, are you? And I walk away.
well then, and then, while you guys are in the basement, actually the sub basement of the Science Academy, and it's quite quiet. There's no one else really around tonight. And it's quite quiet down here. How long are you guys going to spend here?
I think we're just going to debrief, talk about what we've seen, how it fits in. That's it.
We're gonna have to clean up
Half
a
hour,
little and
clean up,
Can
Yeah,
we
take a short
can we
rest,
short rest?
a short rest.
Sure,
is
rest
an
like
hour.
8 hours, right? Yeah.
It's a good night's sleep.
Oh man, yeah, that's right. Fuck.
go to the bar.
Fucking darkest dungeon rules.
Cocksucking dark dungeon.
So what do you guys? So if you guys are going to head out, then you can acquire a carriage to take you over to the docks.
So there is no short rest?
We could
Yeah,
just-
when they're all like done cleaning up and shit, Herbie's gonna come back and say, "Hey guys, I ran into Griffo on the way out. He said you were being dicks to him."
Yeah, I'm terribly sorry about that, Herbie.
Wait, fuck. Sorry, what did you say, Braegar?
I'm terribly sorry about that.
Excuse me, Elvis. What did you say?
So clearly you that I can't believe, Braegar. I mean, you've completely destroyed my faith in reality.
I do not know what you are talking about.
Your disguise was so bad. It was almost like you were Herbie disguised as someone else, disguised as Herbie disguised as someone else. It was fucking terrible.
Eve, maybe you should check Elvis's head to make sure that he isn't running a fever, because he's very clearly having delusions right now.
Kneel down and say, "You take my head."
Raphael,
I'm a
what
little
are you-
busy right
Right, and Herbie's gonna like pretend to like first go in softly, and then he's just gonna smack Elvis's forehead.
I was waiting for you.
Is Nikholai gonna? Nikholai witnesses this. Does Nikholai have any questions concerning this exchange? This situation where you've met? Yes, the patron. I mean, it was.
Oh yeah,
The-
you
The
introduced.
older halfling who hired you, Nikholai.
Yeah.
Yes, I met him, but would I know that it's actually Herbie?
No, you
Of
don't.
course
Well, you
not.
wouldn't know. You didn't know.
I don't think I could.
I
So
thought his disguise kit check was terrible, and my insight was 23.
This is true, Elvis. I'm not
he
saying.
could roll
I'm not saying.
No, I'm saying if he hasn't already, then
Yeah.
Raphael,
Yeah.
Nikholai could roll.
Nikholai
insight.
should maybe perhaps roll insight during this whole situation. Yeah, I mean, if you are just assuming and watching this go on.
I think Nikholai is too naive to think that.
Okay. He's like,
I mean-
he watches. Yeah, so you watch the interchange with Elvis, and you find him kind of,
Yeah, I think Elvis is just. I don't understand what he's saying.
Elvis is getting really frustrated that he's the only one.
You're the only one that knows.
Yeah, and he's going
Well,
to
why
say,
would he-
"I will give you like a gold piece right now if you tell everyone the truth.
Why would you tell
Well,
me
I'm already telling the truth. Why would I lie about this?
Okay.
I think it's not that Eve isn't paying attention or Eve doesn't know. I think it's more along the lines of she just really doesn't care that much if he pretends to be someone else.
Gotcha. Okay, no problem. Yeah, that's totally
Just
cool.
gonna-
Cool.
I could never pretend to be as noble as Griffo, Elvis. Like I don't know. I don't understand you.
Completely ignores him, walks up to the side of the building, smacks his head against it 3 times, and then says, "Let's go."
All right, so you guys are going to take a cab. It's easy to do. And we're going to bring you over to the Howling Hound.
Do we have to take a cab, or can we just have Nikholai be our cab driver?
Nikholai can be your cab driver.
With our own
Oh yeah,
cab.
Nikholai can come get the correct. Yeah, that's totally fine. That's no issues.
I hope he doesn't expect a tip.
Of course I do.
Oh, I'll give him a tip.
Oh,
Sorry.
wouldn't
Well,
catch me.
maybe Griffon is Herbie. Now that I think about it.
I'm going to grab you guys and put you on the map. Yeah, you should all be able to see and double check. Yes.
Are we on the right layer, Kai? Because I can't see anything.
No, I didn't put you there yet. The players are there, but I'm right. I think it's all dark. Yeah, is that what it is? Can you guys?
I can't even see
Herbie?
my phone.
Braegar.
Oh, there we are.
Can you see stuff? Yes.
Yep.
You're right. Okay. Good. So that's everyone. Yes.
That's-
Nikholai,
Don't
you're
yell,
there.
Hang on.
Oh, he's here.
Yeah, everyone should have come in. The front door would have been here. Yeah. And you've been here before. All right. So what are you guys going to do? How are you going to arrange yourself? Anatania, you can be wherever you would like.
In the cab, we would discuss how we're going to set it up and say, Eve, how do you want us to play this? Just sit at another table drinking whilst you do your thing and keep an eye out subtly, or walk up with you? And I mean, how do you...
He brings friends. No reason he should expect me to come alone. So I say that we can just go and we can have a dinner together, and whenever they arrive, then I'll walk over and have a chat, and you guys just keep an eye out in case things go awry. And if they suggest anything other than, a drink in the pub, then I'll come back and let you guys know, and I'll tell them. I'm like, hey, I'm here having dinner with my friends, but I came to talk to you. So
Kai, do I recognize that Anatania's a Visanti of some sort?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I think you would
Vistani.
notice the Vistani. Yeah, you would notice the features. They're unique, right? Again, this is the look of a Romani, dark-haired and dusky-skinned, and clearly the dress that she would wear, the kind of clothing that she would have, I presume, right? Would you be? That's curious. I'm not sure. Would you be on that side, Anatania? Do you imagine that she would be in the more kind of classical Romani look in a way, which is closer to the Vistani, or are you trying to hide it?
I think she's doesn't try to hide it per se, but she also didn't have a great experience growing up with them, so she's not keen on
Okay. All right. So
their culture.
Okay.
Black screen for me again, but
She might.
Oh,
Maybe you're not on the right. Can you shift ping us, Kai?
you're all
You're probably
right
not
here.
looking at the right place here.
Like she should be able to have vision, and she should be on a map. I'll make sure. I'll double check to make sure. I'll put her on the. So you're just seeing nothing.
Is her token edited, Kai?
I didn't. I did. It should have sight. Let me double check because I tried to save it so that it would have sight. Yeah, it has sight. 360
Just
degrees.
click the token, go to edit in the character sheet, then
No, it should.
replace that token, and it should be.
No, I did. It should already be linked to her character sheet. is what it is. That shouldn't be an issue because I pulled it right from the character sheet, so I'm gonna put another one there. It has sight. Yeah.
Should I just go out and come back in?
Maybe. Yeah. Try and come on. Maybe
Okay.
something happens.
If you
but-
do, can't explain why, but sometimes even if you've done it and it shows up right, it doesn't hurt to delete it and then just say
Do it
use
again?
token.
Okay.
It might not work, but it usually works for me.
Okay. I'll edit that. I'll delete it. This token. It has double check. It has sight. Sight. Save it again. Save. Oops. You select the token. Save.
Hit Control L on her token and see what she sees, guy.
Yeah, no, it was working fine. Yeah, I mean, she's got sight.
Okay, now
definitely-
shift ping. Hold shift and ping the map.
Sure.
So on the right leg while you do that. While you are doing that. Pronunciation is hard.
Does that help at all, Kiwi?
I'll go out and come back in again.
Shift ping again, Kai.
She's right. She's right here.
See, it's you're just pinging. You're not shift pinging.
I'm. What the fuck is
There you go.
there?
There you go.
Okay,
I
maybe
am.
I think I was hitting control instead.
But granted, she's in a really dark part of the cafe, so maybe that's why she isn't seeing her own
Maybe
character.
I'll
I see
put her
things
in.
now.
Oh,
Yes.
hello.
Okay. All right. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Now,
All right,
I
so-
know I've had conversations with Herbie. Do I know if Herbie is familiar with the Vistani?
Herbie's probably had run-ins with them, while doing illegal stuff, because Herbie does a lot of illegal stuff.
So I'll like motion to you to look at the girl at the next table or at the bar.
Hmm.
I'm passive of 14. Would I see Braegar motioning?
Yeah. Yes. He's not trying
So,
to hide it.
I follow where his finger's going as well. And I'll lean over to Braegar and say, don't see a lot of Vistani around nowadays.
Oh, there.
Shh. She might hear you and steal your soul.
I was thinking quietly, and don't be racist.
I think I definitely. Well, I should roll for that, shouldn't I, to see if I noticed them paying it.
Yeah, I mean, we're trying to be probably surreptitious, but
I'm trying to be subtle, but I do have my back again to her, so like, she can probably
Yeah.
like kind of notice I'm like kind of like sneaking a look over my eyes.
Yeah. Your wisdom. Yeah. If you're not trying to hide it, but depends how many. I mean, it's just early evening here, I suppose.
Mhm.
It's not too crowded. Yet.
So we're
So
not
this-
the only people in the bar?
No, I wouldn't say you're not the only people in the bar. There's some sailors, basically.
I'm in over my back. Fuck you, Charles.
About now.
you turn.
Yeah, so I mean, I would say it's half filled, right? There's probably someone eating at this table. There's probably a couple of loutish-looking sailors at the bar. The gnome behind the bar is running around trying to get drinks. Yeah.
Any vampires here yet?
Not yet.
Of course.
Not yet. It's the sun is just set very recently.
Alright. Gloriously roguish chap. Why don't you go and have a word? Maybe she'll like the cut of your jib.
Who were you saying this to?
You.
Alright, smooth talker Herbie is on. He's gonna like,
Make sure you don't look over your eyes at. Alright, they don't like that.
wait, girls don't like that? Alright, so then Herbie's like gonna walk up.
You have to look at your shoes all the time.
And I'm gonna like sit next to her at the bar.
So Anatania, this halfling, kind of walks over towards you. Out of the group that was, maybe notice was, maybe you noticed a glance or two from that table. Uh, Go ahead,
No.
Herbie.
All right, I'm gonna sit down, and I'm gonna be like, barman, can I have one ale, please? Actually, what are you drinking, miss?
I'm good, thanks.
You sure? I've heard they have some really good stuff here. Actually, instead of ale, make that a fire whiskey, please. Do you have that on hand?
The gnomish man behind the bar, he's like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We have some of that, sure.
Nice. Are you sure you don't want anything? This is good stuff, you know.
I might try something.
Good. Give us 2 glasses then.
Could you describe yourself right now in terms of your current state?
Who did you say? Because you cut out at the start of
Sorry.
your sentence.
What are you looking like now, Mike? What does,
Uh,
I mean,
What I'm
how would
looking.
you
Oh,
describe
sorry. One
yourself?
sec.
Disappeared. So yes, just so you know, Anatonia, this is a, a bar
Sorry, mum.
slash
My
inn
mom
that
came to ask me
is
something.
close to the docks. A pretty kind of rough part of town. It's a bit grimy. It's definitely not upscale or anything like that, but probably a place where you can get a lot of drunk sailors and who would be good marks.
Herbie is just like looking like, I guess his regular self. He's not wearing anything fancy. He's wearing just his normal outfit. And as he's like sipping his fire whiskey. So, what brings you to this town, huh? Lovely place, isn't it?
My
Please don't
business is my own, but I appreciate the drink.
Okay. I see. You're all interesting, huh? Well, okay. If
Can I
that's
do
it.
for you, Halfling?
Uh, Pardon me. What did you say?
What can I do for you?
Nothing. I just don't see. Just curious to meet some new people here. My friends are kind of boring over there. They don't like to drink a lot.
The neglected group of friends.
Sorry, could you say that one more time? You keep cutting out sometimes.
Did you have an eclectic group of friends?
I don't really know. I think like these people over there. I think Braegar. He's good, but you see the big man, Elvis. That's what his name is. He's a right idiot. He doesn't know anything. Herbie makes sure to say this like loud enough that Elvis can hear it too.
Just ignores it and waits until Herbie turns back to his conversation.
But yeah, no, me and my friends, we just I guess we like chilling, really. Is that something people say over here in this corridor?
Elva throws a copper piece at his head.
Herbie is gonna try and catch it as he sees it like coming.
Whoa, you don't know if you see it coming yet.
Oh yeah, do I see it? Okay.
Oh, I see a coin drop on top of Herbie's head.
What did you roll for sleight of hand?
I'm just. Oh, am I rolling sleight of hand?
Oh, I don't know what you're rolling. I thought that was
Wait for Kurt to say.
Yeah, a coin smashes him right in the forehead and tumbles onto the bar.
I would look over to where it came from.
Yeah, and you see this
I'll be looking down.
motley crew of individuals. Two extremely tall men, one hooded, sitting at the table, a rather handsome and dapper gentleman, and a very well dressed black-haired woman, raven-haired woman, I should say.
Do you introduce me
Pale.
to your?
Why not? I am usually the one who introduces people to the group. By the way, if any of them ever mention Griffo Overhill, you don't know him, alright?
Okay.
Let's go. Hold on. Barman, can I have 4 more glasses and a bottle of fire whiskey? The big man over there will make sure that's paid for.
A bottle, sure, sure. And he grabs some more grimy glasses and pours this dwarven fire water in, and he's like, "Here you go."
Thank you very
Better watch
much.
it. Okay, and he's like, holds his hand out.
What for money?
Yes, you pay. You drink, you pay.
And Herbie's gonna like reach into his pouch and say, "How much is it?"
I think it's like maybe 10 copper for everything, something like this.
All right, so he's gonna give him 1 silver.
Okay. He bites it. Good. Go.
I cannot believe you do not trust me, but okay. And it's gonna take all his drinks over here and sit down and say, "Hello, gang. Wait, I forgot to ask your name. Meet this woman."
Her name is written just below her. Come take this in game, sorry.
My name is Anatania.
Well, welcome, Anatania.
Hi, I'm Eve.
So,
And when she talks, she barely opens her mouth.
Anyways, guys, I have some of the finest halfling drink here. He's gonna pour a glass for everybody. And yeah, then he's gonna keep quiet.
You're right.
Well, hello, Anatania.
Anatania.
Why would you take an interest in this group?
Nothing.
very different than the other people here. I've seen a group of such varied people and they are before.
Right, lads, I gotta bounce for dinner. I'll be back in like half an hour, maybe.
Okay.
I will see
Okay,
you.
so
Right, Herbie.
Well, I suppose we are eclectic, but we look after each other. What brings you to town? I don't see many Vistanis around nowadays.
Yeah, hoping to do some business with them, and they haven't arrived yet. So.
I know what Braegar says and say, he's a businessman. You want to have a chat with him?
No. Specific people I'm looking for.
While you're waiting, maybe. Has his fingers in a lot of pies.
All right. Well, while that is
Braegar's
happening,
trying not to look directly at her. As not to frighten
sorry,
her.
what, Anthony?
As not to frighten her, I'm trying not to look directly at her.
you still have your hood up, Braegar? How are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my hands are under the table.
Mhm.
Speaking of the people you don't normally see in a place like this is Nikholai. He's a posh.
With your acquaintance. Herbie must have introduced himself. Sorry, what?
Oh, am I cutting out? I thought it was you. I didn't hear anything you just said. That's...
Oh yes, sorry. I said happy to make your acquaintance to Anatania.
Oh.
And that Herbie must have introduced himself as Herbie, but that's his name.
Oh, sorry, yes. You've obviously met our friend Herpes.
Did you call him
The real
Herpes?
name.
It's, you know,
The
it's
real
like
name.
once you it doesn't go away. So, well, look, you obviously don't want to talk about your business. We're here for our own reasons. Why don't we just say, fuck it, have a few drinks instead? Pick up my fire whiskey, say cheers.
I will also pick up mine. Cheers.
Cheers. With wine.
All right. And, yeah, this stuff is generally reasonably awful. And definitely, you've had. But sadly, you've had worse. The gutter gin that they sell and brandy that you might find in cultural areas. Even worse than this stuff. But yeah, cheers. It goes down smoothly. As you are chatting, you're going to notice as you're talking that some gentlemen come to the door. These aren't really here. You're close enough. Just imagine guys with
Are they?
mustaches. Yes. What you have seen.
Oh, they have mustaches?
Yeah.
I didn't know
What?
vampires could grow facial hair.
Can I? Oh, maybe not.
I've never seen a vampire with facial hair.
I wouldn't see why they wouldn't be able to grow
But
facial
maybe
hair.
the mustache.
It could be.
I don't. I've never heard the trait that says that vampires can't grow facial hair. Like Dracula in some depictions has a mustache.
Yeah. I always presumed they could. It's whatever they had at the time of their death.
I think it's also based on race. So an elven empire obviously wouldn't have any facial hair.
Right, but a dwarven would make sense to have facial hair. Clearly, I think that's part of the vampire goofiness. I don't know if it. I don't think there's any rules thing that says that they can. So I think that's just.
Learn something new every day.
Yeah, their look. I mean, I know they're always in modern fiction. They tend to be depicted as very useful and therefore not being able to grow any hair. But I don't think it's a problem. But anyway, well, because they are from Barovia. You know, in Romania, people like the mustache. Facial hair is a sign of madness.
Oh, is the
So
facial hair in your hair? Did they have that last time?
they did. So yes, they always did. So if I didn't explain that clearly, then I'm sorry. But yeah, they always had that. So anyway, those guys they come in right
Well,
with a some other commoners surrounding them. They seem to come in with a bunch of I would say some guys who look a little bit rough around the edges.
They brought their dinner with
they
them.
brought friends too.
Yeah. And they don't necessarily pay attention to you. Or suggest that they know who you are, notice you, and they go into one of these booths in the back.
Well,
That's where you
my
see them go.
you'll excuse me and maybe Elvis if you'll move a little closer. I'm gonna go speak with those guys.
You can if you want to. I'm enjoying the fire from this vantage point.
I walk in and I greet them in Baroque.
Oh, you have returned. Very good. We have been wondering where you disappeared to. Come, sit. We have much to speak about. As he sort of, you know, gets up and he bows. And I would say that this guy's the lead, and this is the other one. I have to. Gosh, I realize I can't find their names. I wrote them down. Um, do you have the names? Because I actually kind of forgot where I put them.
Did we put them in the note?
I believe I'd given you notes.
Forest. Flat.
Yeah, but what it doesn't matter. They're somewhere. But they, they rise and they sort of bow and they'll kiss your hand in a very extravagant, manner. Please, it is. We have. Are you interested in having a meal?
I could eat.
Oh, well then. And he closes the. Actually, no, probably there's some curtains at anything here, but he's like, well, he takes one of these commoners. He seems like a young male. He seems somewhat flushed in the face, and he tilts the guy's head over, exposing the neck. And he's like, well, you have a selection of appetizers here.
Oh shit, son.
Is this what you're looking for?
I prefer something a little more substantial. I was thinking of perhaps ordering a platter from the pub.
Raises his eyebrow and he looks across to this sort of like nervous partner and he goes, "Oh, really? That is not what I would have expected."
Assume that I was exactly like you.
I see. Well then, yes, then we definitely have some things we need to speak about. And you see him smile. As he smiles, he bares his teeth.
And I smile back and show him mine.
Yes. Well, as you do that, you see him. He brings because there's like maybe two commoners here and one commoner there in between you, and he takes the commoner closer to him, right? And he grabs him and he tilts his head and he starts licking his neck, looking at you while he does that. Why don't you order your meal? I will prepare mine. Of course, it's dark and shadowy here. No one's really paying attention. It is kind of closed. I would say there's kind of like curtains here, so it's not easy to see, right? Necessarily from the outside. Some dirty, filthy, tattered curtains for privacy.
So I
Am
go
I
up
able to hear anything?
They're talking very quietly.
Okay.
Nikholai,
So I walk up to the bar to
right.
order something quick, something that they can give me right away, something they don't have to cook.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to whisper to Nikholai, they're having dinner too, but they're not eating food. But I was right.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna go back in there with my food, and I'm gonna take a bite right in front of. Don't you just miss this? As I hold up my food. Like, I would literally die if I couldn't enjoy a piece of cheesecake.
Are they eating people? It's a cookbook.
Hey, did you make a joke?
I did.
That was good. I like that. I didn't laugh because I was reading something, but I'm gonna laugh in a minute.
Sorry about that. Okay. So, as you come back through the sort of little tattered curtain that's hanging through the opening in this booth, you can already that main individual speaking to you is his mouth keeping the neck of this young male commoner.
Did you miss what I said to them?
I just yeah,
Okay.
I left for
So
like a
when I
minute or two.
got back in, I sat down and I took a bite of my food right in front of him, and I said, "Don't you miss this? I would literally die if I couldn't enjoy a piece of cheesecake."
And what you probably have is a plate of bread, some crusty bread, and some cold cuts, right? The charcuterie. Right? That's what the quickest thing they would do. Of course, this is not high quality. This is questionable.
But
You
I'm
don't even know
still
what.
just talking about, like all the foods that I enjoy eating. Like, even though it's not on my plate, just like, trying to remind them that I do still have, a little bit of humanity and I can enjoy real food and it actually tastes good.
He licks his lips. You can see the blood smear just right at the corner. Licks up, and he
Something
says,
vampires still love in it probably isn't smart.
"Why would I want to eat such tasteless trash when I have something so much more delicious?"
I didn't say you would. I just said I would die if I couldn't enjoy some of the foods that I really like.
Who are you?
I'm
Who sent you? We were not told there was another one in this area, and you are not who we think you are. Okay. How do you respond?
Well, I am, of course, the best of both worlds.
You are
And then I'm going to take my finger and wipe out a little bit of blood from the guy's neck and put my finger in my mouth.
you are a bastard child. And his hands, his hands away, and you see as his hands his nails grow. He carves the table. He uses nails to rip open the surface of the wood.
So here's the thing. Bastard child is what you may call me. And it is true, I never met my father, nor do I even know who he is. But I was hoping that you could help me with that and find the traitorous scum to your vampire ways that decided to impregnate my mother and leave.
He he looks at his the other individual. Gosh, I don't know their names. I'm terrible with these names. But I have it down. And he stares back at you and says, "Why would we want to do that, little one? Why should we not just mm, mm, eliminate you? You are a day walking scourge."
But why would you have to?
Will you hunt with us? You do need drink. You must eat this. This mortal sustenance cannot be enough for someone like you.
It's not. Would you like me to hunt with you?
Yes, and perhaps we should talk to, now that we have met again, we have conversations with some others. I must be you face enough, I know you. I am not the one who you must convince to keep your life.
And who is
He, he shakes his finger at you with a long, blackened nail at the end. He goes, that is for you to know later. While this is happening, what's everyone else doing?